Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Narang Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswating Vyasam Tato Jayamudarayet Nasta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityang Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavaduttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 5, Chapter 19, The Island of Jambu Dweep, text number 7. 6? 6. Sorry, 6. I knew that. Navaisa atmatmanat Navaisa atmatmavatang suhritamaha Navaisa atmavatang suhritamaha Saktastrilokyam Bhagavan Vasudeva Saktastrilokyam Bhagavan Vasudeva Nastri Kritang Kashmalam Ashnuvitam Nastri Kritang Kashmalang Ashnuvita Nalakshmanang Chapi Vihatu Marhati Nalakshmanang Chapi Vihatu Marhati Navaisa Atmanavatang Suhritama Saktistrilokyang Bhagavan Vasudevaha Nastri Kritang Kashmalang Ashnuvita Nalakshmanang Chapi Vihatu Marhati Bhagavan Vasudeva Nastri Kritam Kashmalam Ashvita Lakshmanam Chapi Vihatu Marhati Atmat Saktastilokyam Bhagavan Vasudeva Kashmalang Ashmavita Lakshmanam Chapi Vihatu Marhati. Nasa Atmat Matang Suritam
Suritama
Atmatmatam Suritama
Bhakta Trilokyam Bhagavan Vasudeva
Trilokyam Bhagavan Vasudeva
Sri Kritam Kashmalaman Ashnuvita
Kashmalam Ashnavita
Lakshmanam Chapi Vihatumarhati
Lakshmanam Chapi Mataji Mataji's? Not. Vai, indeed. Saha, he. Atma, the Supreme Soul. Atmavatam, of the self-realized souls. Suhritama, the best friend. Sakta, attached. Trilokyam, to anything within the three worlds. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Vasudeva, the all-pervading Lord. Not. Strikritam, obtained because of his wife. Kashmalam, sufferings of separation. Ashnuvita, would obtain. Not. Lakshmanam, his younger brother Lakshmana. Cha, also. Api, certainly. Vihatum, to give up. Arhati, be able. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Since Lord Sri Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudev, he is not attached to anything in this material world. He is the most beloved Super Soul of all self-realized souls, and he is their very intimate friend. He is full of all opulences. Therefore, he could not possibly have suffered because of separation from his wife, nor could he have given up his wife and Lakshmana, his younger brother. To give up either would have been absolutely impossible. Please repeat. Since Lord Sri Ramachandra is the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vasudeva, he is not attached to anything in this material world. He is the most beloved Super Soul of all self-realized souls. and he is their very intimate friend. He is full of all opulences. Therefore he could not possibly have suffered because of separation from his wife. Nor could he have given up his wife and Lakshmana, his younger brother. To give up either would have been absolutely impossible. Srila Prabhupada's purport. In defining the Supreme Personality of Godhead, we say that he is full in all 6 opulences: wealth, fame, strength, influence, beauty, and renunciation. He is called renounced because he is not attached to anything in this material world. He is specifically attached to the spiritual world and the living entities there. The affairs of the material world take place under the superintendence of Durga Devi. Srishti Stiti Pralaya Sadhana Shakti Reka Chayaiva Yasya Bhuvanani Vibharati Durga. Everything is going on under the strict rules and regulations of the material energy represented by Durga. Therefore, the Lord is completely detached and need not give attention to the material world. Sita Devi belongs to the spiritual world. Similarly, Lord Lakshmana, Ramachandra's younger brother, is a manifestation of Sankarshan, and Lord Ramachandra himself is Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Since the Lord is always spiritually qualified, he is attached to the servants who always render transcendental loving service unto him. He is attached to the truth in life, not to Brahminical qualities. Indeed, he is never attached to any material qualities. Although he is the super soul of all living entities, he is specifically manifest to those who are self-realized, and he is especially dear to the hearts of his transcendental devotees. Because Lord Ramachandra descended to teach human society how dutiful a king should be, he apparently gave up the company of Mother Sita and Lakshmana. Factually, however, he could not have given them up. One should therefore learn about the activities of Lord Ramachandra from a self-realized soul. Then one can understand the transcendental activities of the Lord. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmritam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitang Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're hearing more about the transcendental qualities of Lord Ramachandra and how he is from the transcendental kingdom, how he's not in any way influenced or attached by material nature, which is governed by his external energy, Durga Devi. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai sarvasha. What has it go? Prakrite kriyamanani gunai sarvashi sarvasaha. That those living entities in this material world are controlled by the material modes of material nature, and that no one is free thinking themselves to be independent of their influence. So this material world is full of illusion and suffering, but here we're hearing about Lord Ramachandra, how he descended to show what an ideal king, how he acts, how he behaves. he took a vow of having only one wife. And so when Sita, first of all, he was banished from his kingdom by his father Dasarath, and Sita being his eternal consort, and Lakshman, like we have Krishna Balaram, Gaura-Nitai, and we have Ramachandra and Lakshman. So Vasudeva, the Supreme Lord, he appears in many forms, and so does Balaram, Sankarshan. He also appears, and they perform pastimes. Why do they come to this world? They perform these pastimes to attract the fallen conditioned souls back to the spiritual kingdom. But because we wanted to somehow enjoy in this world, we had this desire, inconceivable, separately. Sometimes a servant may be serving a very powerful, very generous, very kind master, but the servant may think, it's nice, he treats me very good, and everything is so nice and opulent, because generally the intimate associate of a very powerful man, drives a nice car, whatever food this powerful person is eating, he's also eating and living in an opulent surrounding. So much is there, practically foolish to think to take that property or to become that supreme enjoyer. So somehow or other, we have fallen into this material existence, material world, but Shri Shri Gaura-Nitai, Shri Shri Krishna Balaram, Radha Shama Sundalita Vishaka Devi, the Lord is appearing to bring us back home, back to the spiritual kingdom. And he is exhibiting all opulence, this wealth, fame, strength, influence, beauty, renunciation. And Krishna, he doesn't care for anything in this world. And here also described that those unalloyed devotees, those servants, we've heard the story of Prahlad Maharaj, how he was serving or had attachment to Lord Nrsingadev, and even though Lord Nrsingadev was tearing apart his demonic father Hiranyakashipu, Prahlad just stood by, had a garland ready. Thank you, you're the killer of this wicked person. So normally, morally speaking, what son would approve of his father being slaughtered in front of him? But when you take the activities of Krishna, you would think that at midnight, when the wives of others and the daughters of others would go to the forest, according to Vedic culture, this is immoral to meet secretly in the forest. But Krishna, he is above and beyond. There's a purpose beyond our understanding from mundane morality or mundane understanding. So Prahlad Maharaj, when asked for the benediction, you take a benediction. No, I am not some vanik. I'm not praying to you or engaged in your service just to get some reward. Because in this world, people are generally, a servant is serving his master for some reward. A student is giving up his natural playful proclivities for a higher education. Everybody, someone who's employed is performing that austerity of employment for the paycheck at the end. But Prahlad Maharaj was not interested in some business exchange with the Lord. He simply loved him out of pure loving exchange. It's an emotion on a transcendental platform. Not only Prahlad, Dhruva Maharaj, the same. He wanted the entire kingdom, a kingdom greater than Lord Brahma's, than his grandfather, he wanted something huge. He was a Kshatriya, he was very upset. People have to have great determination to accumulate wealth. People have to be very driven and motivated to try to accumulate everything more and more. It's never enough. They have to have more and more. But there's no happiness at the end of the day, because ultimately, janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha, doshanu, darshanam. That as we grow old and the body is slackened and becomes diseased, we end up hopefully in the hospice, but we end up in some awkward situation, we're leaving the body, then fear comes. Fear is there because of material attachment, thinking that I have to hold on to this possession. And what is the greatest material attachment? The body. We're identifying with the body. We're doing everything to pamper the body, to surround the body by opulence and comfort and all the things that money can buy. But the six Goswamis gave up their pomp, a prosperous lifestyle of being administrators and wealthy controllers, very popular, very intelligent, very influential. They wanted to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sanatana Goswami had a touchstone. By this stone you can make great wealth, opulence, but he had it in the trash. So one needy person, he took this, but then he thought, if this is the most valuable thing, this stone which is producing gold and jewels, why is Sanatana Goswami neglecting it? So he came to Sanatana Goswami, inquired, what is the greatest thing that you have? He gave him the holy name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But materialists are afraid to chant, because if we chant the holy name, Krishna may take everything away. Krishna, akinchana gochara. Krishna, he is very dear to those who have given up any idea of possessing and enjoying in this material world. Those who have come to Vrindavan and given up everything, this is wonderful. But at the same time, we have to give up our envy. We have to give up our fear, because enviousness is seeing that someone has something that I don't have, and why should he be enjoying? I should also enjoy. I remember, as a personal experience, being on Sankirtan, and sometimes many times you're on Sankirtan, distributing the books, and you're meeting people, and some days Krishna's very, very, he's always merciful, but we relate to it as mercy, that, as Bhanabhata Prabhu was saying, that no one would say no. You feel totally empowered by the Lord. You just look at somebody, they come over right away, they take the book, they give you donation, they leave very happy. It's a smooth, loving exchange. But then sometimes, for whatever reason, it becomes very difficult. You become mental, a little bit, uneasy about yourself, and nobody wants to even talk to you. Get away from me. What do you want? Why are you bothering me? Then you become self-conscious and feel very uncomfortable, and you're thinking, Krishna, why are you punishing me? But then you look next door, or next to you, the other devotee, he's passing out books, and everyone's chanting, and you start thinking a little bit, envious. And I was talking to one devotee, Praghosh Prabhu, old book distributor, and he was saying, yes, I appreciate that he's getting Prabhupada's mercy, he's getting the Lord's mercy, So when you can see that someone is successful or prospering or doing well in Krishna consciousness, instead of envy, we should actually appreciate that, yes, this person is receiving the blessings of Shri Gaura Nitai, the blessings of Guru, and we should actually follow in their footsteps. So giving up envy, giving up desire for material opulence, Krishna is pleased. Here is describing that he is attracted to servants who always render transcendental loving service unto him. He's attached to the truth in life, not to Brahminical qualities. So this does not mean that Brahminical qualities are bad. Brahminical qualities are good. Truthfulness, cleanliness, austerity, knowledge, mercy. All these qualities of a Brahmana are good, because by performing or learning the Brahminical qualities and trying to exhibit them, it leads one to become actually free from attachment to this material world and awakening the truth. And what is the truth? Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. We're all eternal servants of Krishna. And this life, human form of life, is especially meant for awakening our love for Krishna. And what is the process? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mang namaskuru mami vasasi sachate pratijane priyosame. Think of me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your prayers to me. Thus you'll come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So Krishna, he's giving us guidance. Krishna's instructing us. Think of me, worship me, chant the holy names, remembering me. And this is the secret, how to awaken our love for Krishna. So specifically also here is describing that although Krishna, in the form of Ramachandra, because of being an ideal king, he went in disguise, incognito in his kingdom. After serving his sentence by Dasaratha, banishment from his kingdom, and undergoing all the transcendental activities of living in the forest with Sita and Lakshman, and how Ravana, his very name means one who gives distress to others. Ravana, although also performing pastime, he is one, Jai Vijay, he's one of the attendants of the Lord from Vaikuntha. But he comes to this world and shows, here's the biggest demon. And he's such, although due to pious activities, one can gain kingdom. What was Ravana's kingdom? Full of gold, full of opulence. We described in Ramayana about the kingdom of Ravana. It was very, very opulent. He was actually also a devotee of Lord Shiva. Very powerful, mystic, intelligent. So you think, how is it a demonic person can become wealthy, powerful, and also apparently devoted? So all these things seem like contradictory. How is that? But then he had, as they say, the audacity or the nerve to take goddess Lakshmi, Sita, at least try to take, because it's described when Ravana came, when Marichi came in the form of a deer to lure Ramachandra away, and Lakshman also went. Sita was left alone, protected, but he came in such a way to take Sita Devi. But immediately, Mother Nature, Maya, gave the form of Maya Sita. So these things are difficult to understand. We hear about the pastime, how Sita was kidnapped, and for so much period time, she was kept captive by Ravana. But then Lord Ram, Parasya Shaktir Vividhaiva Shruyate, by his will, the material universes are created. He did not need an army of monkeys and soldiers. He didn't need assistance of building a bridge. The ocean should cooperate. So all these pastimes are taking place that Hanuman and Sugriva and all the other soldiers and assistants came to help retrieve. That's the Lord's mercy, to engage his devotees. That even monkeys and bear and lower animals, the Lord is reciprocating with love. What to speak of the human beings? Human being is a gift. And Krishna is saying that Sarva dharmam parityaja mamekang sharanang vraja ahang tvang sarva papevya mokshayashami masuchaha. Give up all varieties of religion and bodily identification. Just surrender to me. Thus you'll come to me without fail. This is Krishna's promise, and he wants us to come back to him, to the spiritual kingdom. So Krishna, he could have immediately killed Ravana and took back Sita, but he performed this pastime, showing his attachment, that, protecting his wife is the duty in this world, that you should protect your dependent. One should not be a king, one should not be a father if he cannot liberate or protect his dependent from the cycle of birth and death. So Ramachandra pulled his arrow into the heart of Ravana, and Ravana, vomiting blood from all of his 10 heads, he falls, and everyone is astonished. How could such a powerful person be killed? Mandodari, his wife, also considered very chaste, she came, said, now you are finished, and all the suffering that you've caused to others has been vanquished by the Supreme Lord. So Krishna, he repeatedly comes, paritranaya sadhunayam vinashaya cha dushkritam. He's killing the demons, killing the demoniac spirit, and encouraging his devotees to come back. So now, on a flowered airplane, Ramachandra, Sita, Lakshman, Hanuman, Vibhishan, they all go back to Ayodhya, where he's greeted by all his loving devotees. So much prayers and chanting going on and loving exchanges. He offers respects to all his mothers and shaven clean of all his locks of hair, and he's shining very brilliantly in the assembly. Also as described as Sita, Lakshman, they're all shining very brilliantly, and everything was very, very beautiful, very clean, so much so that the elephants were sprinkling scented water on the streets. He said, this is the kingdom of Ram. Here we have scented sewage water sprinkled on the streets, but the real Ram Raj kingdom is that of opulence and beauty, and it's described that people were happy, and the atmosphere was Satya, like Satya Yuga. Although it was Treta Yuga, it was like Satya Yuga. It was very divine. But very quickly here, Rama, he was incognito, hearing about and seeing the activities of his citizens. So, just like Krishna was shot by a hunter in the foot as pastime, Leela, how the Supreme Lord could be shot by a hunter and as a pretext to leave. So, in a way which maybe not be understood or explained simply by words, that Ram banished Sita, although she had twins. She was pregnant with twins to Valmiki's ashram? Vashishta's. Valmiki. And she gave birth, but then Mother Sita just entered into the earth. And it's described that the separation that Lord Rama felt from Sita was a spiritual experience. It was not a mundane material separation, just like we hear about how the gopis are feeling this intense separation from Krishna, and that pleasure is even greater than being in the association of Krishna. So mundane, material life, our separation, there's pain, there's fear, there's anxiety, bewilderment, but in the spiritual realm, everything is experienced on a higher pleasure, parang drishtva nivartate. This higher transcendental pleasure is a spiritual emotion, a spiritual experience. And we have to enter into that life, the truth, life of spiritual existence. So the Supreme Lord is not being cruel or unreasonable to perform something that may not tally with our reasoning and understanding of how he could banish his Sita. It's very painful. Even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was invited by one Brahmana for lunch, the Brahmin was in such anxiety that Ravana stole Sita that he didn't even cook lunch. Imagine I invite you for lunch and I don't cook lunch. So the Lord is thinking, what is happening here? But then he explained that in the Kurma Purana, it is explained and says that Sita was never taken, it was Maya Sita. Oh, so the Brahmana had a proper understanding, had great relief, and felt, okay, now we can get, cook and feel happy. So Krishna is never away from Vrindavan, and Krishna is never away from his devotees. He's always in the heart of his transcendental devotees. He's always exchanging loving reciprocation. And though it may appear, as told in story, that the Lord was separated, but the gopis were always with Krishna, Sita, Lakshmana are always with Ram, isn't it? So the Lord is never away, he's always there. And the way to always remember the Lord is to always chant his holy name. Just like Prabhupada, in the mood of preaching, the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, was saying that you come to Vrindavan, oh, I'm chanting so many rounds, I'm sitting in a solitude place, I'm very advanced. That's okay, very good, but by going out, just like Ramachandra sent Lakshman, Sugriva, all his brothers, Bharata, he sent them out to establish his supremacy as emperor. It's not that he loved only the citizens of Ayodhya, but he, made his brothers go out, like Yudhishthira made Arjuna, Bhima, and Sahadev, Nakula. They went out to perform the activities of service, of preaching, of establishing the supremacy of the Lord. So Prabhupada was ordered by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati to go out and preach and spread this message of Krishna consciousness. And he expected that his followers, those who are actually well-wishers, reading his books and coming and worshiping Prabhupada and identifying themselves as his disciples, grand disciples, that we should also preach and try to carry this message of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this message of Lord Ramachandra. The Lord is very merciful. Described that worshipping Ramachandra, he was very, very easily pleased and very much reciprocated with his devotees. In the same way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is very, very merciful and very kind. And he is preaching that Jeev Jago, Gauda Chandra Bole. How long, wake up sleeping souls, how long will you sleep in the lap of the witch called Maya? Not a good place to take rest, in the lap of a witch. And that's what material life is all about. We're sleeping in the lap of the witch called Maya, although Maya is also Krishna's servant, but from our perspective, that illusion, Maya, is the source of suffering, a source of fear and anxiety. But on the divine side, Srimati Radharani, Hladini, the spiritual potency of the Lord, she is very merciful. And when you're calling Hare, calling Mother Hara, Hare Krishna and Hare Rama, that she is noticing and telling Krishna, because she can tell Krishna. She has that kind of potency in relationship. And you know how when the woman speaks, the man has to listen. So yes, this devotee is chanting very nicely. He's sincere. You please give your mercy. So we have to be dependent on Srila Prabhupada, dependent on the mercy of the gopis and Srimati Radharani, and Krishna will be very pleased and give us all benediction and always remain in our heart. Sarvasya chaham hridi sanavishto mata smriti jnanam apohanam cha. He'll give us guidance, remembrance. He'll awaken our spiritual understanding and bring us back home, back to the spiritual kingdom. Sitaram Lakshman Hanumana ki. It's nice in the 5th canto we get to hear about Lord Ramachandra, but in the ninth canto, again, more elaborately. So anyone have questions, comments, corrections? There's a microphone here. Sankarshan Prabhu? Get microphone.
Present moment, we're very much caught up in the loads of material nature. We know that we're supposed to be pure devotees. We know we're supposed to be completely in love with Krishna. But yet we're still in love with Maya. So how do we give up this love affair with Maya and just become completely absorbed in loving Krishna?
It's a good question, huh? I know that you know the answer, but you're just giving me some opportunity to say something about this. How do we give up this love affair with Maya and absorb ourselves in pursuing the love affair with Krishna? We know that we should do that. Well, we were fortunate enough somehow, by the mercy of Guru, by the mercy of Krishna, to somewhat be attracted to this Krishna consciousness movement. Whether it's, we like the prasadam, we like the association, the devotees, the philosophy makes sense, Bhagavad Gita makes a lot of sense, Srimad Bhagavatam makes a lot of sense, and by seeing and experiencing the suffering in this material world, whether you see the news, everywhere, all around us, people are suffering. War, death, disease, tribulation, pain, anguish. It's like being in the desert and completely burning, and somebody offers you one little drop of water. And that's material life. And anyone who is honest, logical, reasonable will agree to that. But still, the mind and senses have such a grip on us due to long giving in to the enjoying spirit, life after life after life. It's like, sometimes a drop of water falls on a rock, and after a while you see a big groove in that rock. It took a long time, but a lot of drops of water. So somehow we've been conditioned in this material existence. We've turned over power of attorney to the mind, and the mind is like the dictator of the senses. The senses are like little birds calling out, food, give me something. And the mind is always thinking of ways how to give that worm to the little birdies. But, and we're always the mind is always the mastermind, manipulating material energy in so many ways. How can I enjoy more and more? But we forgot that the intelligence is sitting there looking at the whole affair. And somehow, as I said, we're given a little glimpse, a little glimmer, how to give some strength to the intelligence by Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, by hearing, chanting, and remembering, and the sadhu sangha, associating with devotees, and by taking medicine in the form of Krishna prasadam. So all these are good formulas, but still, as we read in the 6th canto of the Puranjana story, how even though the body is being dismantled and the fever is there, death is there, the serpent and all the whole allegory of the destruction of the material body, still we're trying to hang on for dear life to the material body, because we're thinking, this is me, this is what I am. So Arjuna complained, the mind is more difficult to control than the raging wind. What you're asking me is impractical, Krishna. What Krishna say? Okay, constant practice in detachment, in due course of time, if you're in the right good association, somehow the mind can be controlled. Hope against hope, pray for the best. You want to say something about that? If you want, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, the mind has been our constant companion for millions and millions of lifetimes. The material bodies have come and gone. Millions and billions and trillions and quadrillions of material bodies have come and gone. This rascal mind has been hanging in there since time immemorial, diverting us away from our actual identity. It's actually insanity. We're in an insane state. This mind is insane. So, by the mercy of the Guru and Vaishnavas, we get sanity. Really. It's a matter of becoming psychiatrically healed from this madness of bodily consciousness, this madness of I'm the center of the universe. It really doesn't make any sense, you know. We're trying to enjoy in a way that's not even enjoyable. It's like a hand trying to enjoy the sweet rice without giving it to the belly. Oh, it feels so good here in the fingers, squishing the kernel of rice. This is our madness. It's like trying to enjoy the sweet rice separately, feeding it. That actually, if we just have faith in the words of the spiritual master, the great acharyas, and we just try it. Try giving your service to Krishna instead of your senses. Just try it. Just have some faith. Srila Prabhupada is our well-wisher. He's not trying to cheat us in any way. Just have some faith in Prabhupada's instructions and make the experiment. And then when follow the instructions of the experiment, which is the 64 items of Bhakti very sincerely and carefully, the result will be you actually become reconnected with Krishna, supreme, all-attractive personality of Godhead. Prabhupada told me in one letter, he said, now you just become qualified to see Krishna face to face. So this is heavy, this is the real thing. This is the real thing. This is not some Mickey Mouse approximation or self-realization. Prabhupada's taking it to the highest platform, Bhagavan realization, where you can actually see Krishna and associate with Krishna 24/7, whether in the material or in the spiritual level.
Yeah, when it seems hopeless, sometimes you find yourself in a very awkward, difficult situation. You think, how am I ever going to get out of this situation? That's almost like our material existence. We feel, I'm never going to go back to Godhead. I got too many material desires. I'm too unqualified. I'm envious. I'm greedy, lusty. All these things are there. How am I ever going to, what hope do I have? But then somehow the clouds dissipate and the sun shines and things change. You see that in Sankirtan. Sometimes you feel hopeless, helpless, and then Krishna just changes the whole thing around for you. So never give up. It's like the boat. You're on a boat, very, very turbulent. It's rocking. You're sick. You're vomiting, and you're tired of everybody on that boat. You know, you just want to get off that boat and jump into the ocean and get eaten by sharks. So you realize that it's a hopeless situation, but then somehow the storm dissipates. Becomes very, very calm, and the darkness and all the clouds and all the turbulence ceases. The sun shines, and you think, wow, there is hope, there's sunshine. Maybe there is hope by the power of the Vaishnava and the holy name. So never lose hope, right? Srila Prabhupada ki.